Look at me. I'm coming in clutch nowadays. All right, y'all. This is ladies' night over the night. Hey, how y'all doing? Welcome to another episode of Ladies' Time. Hey. And of course, you know, it's usually just us beautiful women's here. But we have a special guest who is off camera doing his damn job. The only man that is a part.
Wait a minute.
What's going on? Oh, shit. The only man that is allowed to be a part of Ladies' Time, because if we don't, you know, we won't have no setup.
It probably wouldn't be here.
It probably would not be here. And that is Mr.
Tony Banks.
That was a long ass drum roll. I was just like, wait a minute. I thought it was going to go on for a loop for a minute. But yes, we have Tony here today, y'all. Very excited, of course. We got my co-host, Michelle. Everybody loves Michelle.
Do they?
Absolutely. You see how my sister ran out the room for your ass. Do you not recall that?
She's so cute.
Shout out to my sister. Love you, girl. But before we get into today's topics, Michelle, what we do today? What do we do?
We're going to take some shots.
Absolutely.
Tony, you going to take a shot?
I am going to take a
what
shot.
I'm sipping on, and what are my dreams? Yeah.
And today's drink, we have Mr. De Leon Reposado. Owned by a black man, made by a black man.
Oh, it is? Really?
Yeah,
I did not know that.
P. Diddy, Puff Daddy,
Oh, this is P.
Sean
Diddy's
Love
shit.
Combs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
We shall see.
cheers.
Shots up.
Yes, because Tony doesn't drink tequila.
Psh.
What do you drink, Tony?
So, it's actually not too bad. I used to be into vodka a lot, but I've upgraded to tequila, just not dark tequila.
Dark tequila is better for me that I'm noticing now.
Yeah.
Because I think I've had De Leon clear. And when I tell y'all, I almost threw up. Just hit the back of my throat and it said, oh, nope. It was just like body automatically tried to reject that. But how was your weekend, guys? We're going to talk about our weekends first. What's going on?
No, I ain't really do much. Homework. Birthday parties. Oh my God, I'm so tired of it. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Like, kids' birthday parties are kind of like not where it's at, but I love my baby, so I take her
Everywhere.
when I can. So we did that, and then homework. That's really been my whole.
How close are you?
I finished in December, y'all.
Hey, what we
Since you
talking
got
about?
your degree and you know every fucking thing. My girl gonna be graduating. That's when we gonna have a party at my house. Okay, we gonna have it. I'm just kidding, because y'all ain't
I was about to say, because if Corey was here, he would.
I know, he would have come.
Are you sure? Are we getting an invite?
I'm just joking, y'all. I'm just kidding. But we are going to have a celebration for my girl, because this is a long time coming.
It is.
And if you show up, you better have a gift or a drink or some lashes or something in hand. Okay? If you got a talent, you do some hair. She like her hair
Cash
done. You do some nails. She like her nails did. You know, getting Sephora, Ulta. So, you know, there's some things that you can do. Fashion Nova and all the things. Tony, how about you? How was your weekend?
It was a great weekend, actually. My cousin came into town and just spent time with family. Just hung out, showed him around. He's from Vegas. Mm-hmm. He lives out in Richmond, Virginia, like DMV area, stuff like that. So that was fun, just hanging out with him, hanging out with the uncles. I'm tired right now. I went out Friday, Saturday, Sunday. My shins hurt, and I don't do no regular.
Why
Why your shins hurt, Tony?
I don't do no regular dancing in the club. For the people who know Tony Banks, and I'll give you guys video examples.
Okay.
But I show out. So
All right, you be doing the stanky leg,
I'm
don't
the
you?
wildest
Hate
person
that
in the
leg.
club. I'm getting everybody hyped up. So
Okay. Oh, we gotta go out, Tony. We
Yes.
like that. We like a hype beast,
Oh, yeah.
okay?
Oh, yeah.
Especially us with our little heels on, because we be moving through the club.
Yeah.
Especially when it's cold, so we go indoor, outdoor. We make some rounds before we gotta get out. I'm out of town. Staying with my rounds, my coochie pink, my booty hole brown. Y'all know how we do on this episode, okay? Tony, sorry you got to be a part of this. We know
Hey.
your booty hole is still brown.
that is true.
Sure.
That is true. But
You
I
ain't
actually
no
like.
coochie, but that's all right.
I like
okay.
being on Ladies' Time. I don't know
really?
for me how it is, and this I don't know. Other guys can look at it this way or whatever, but I get game from listening to Ladies' Time or even just Ladies' Podcast. Like I'm getting free game, so I'm listening. The other fellas might not be, but hey, I'm supporting. I'm supporting.
A man who listens listens and actually can take in what we say as not an insult, but as some insight, okay? Insight, okay, y'all?
Actually,
We just
shout
gonna
out
get
to a lot of my followers and friends because they're males and they love listening to Ladies Time. So we appreciate y'all.
Absolutely. We
Thank
love
you.
all the comments and commitments and, you know, just resharing and being a part of this. We absolutely love it. Ladies Time and Killing Time. We're both went into these. So we would love engagement on both accounts and everything. So we appreciate y'all just sending information, sending topics, and actually giving opinions on what we have to say, because some people don't really recognize or literally look at us like, oh, okay, we see that one video and go ahead on. But some of y'all actually look at the video on
Watch the whole
Instagramming
thing.
and go to YouTube or go to Apple Podcast, and we love the support. Okay, so
appreciate
I'm all
it.
for it. Thank you. We're gonna give y'all that too if I get the button. And as for me, my weekend was very, very simple. I spent time with my little one, and it was a very sweet weekend, okay? Because my sister, she has the Nintendo Switch I gave her for her birthday. It was mine, but I gave it to her for her birthday. And she wasn't really playing it, so she gave it back, and I put it in the living room. My son loves video games, y'all. Okay, he's 4 years old, and he knows how to play a damn platform game. He was playing Pac-Man, like the 3D version, not the bloop 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 from 1970, but the platform game. And all he needed me to do was read. That's all he needed me to do. He's like, "Mommy, what does that say?" I was like, "You got to press A to jump." And he was like, "Okay, now what does that say?" Just basically tell him the storyline. "Mommy, read. Mommy, read. What does that say?" And he gets so far into the game, and he's like, "I can't do this part." I'm like, "Okay, I got you," and I'll help him out. And it was just so cute, just watching him just like come alive. He was having so much fun. At one point, he thought it was just funny just to have the little shark thing eat Pac-Man. He just kept going directly to that point. He was just like, nope. He was looking at me like, I'm like, come on, guy. We go get past it. And then when he completely like lost all lives and had to start over from the beginning, he was looking at me like, oh, well, I need you to read all over again. Sir, that was 24 minutes worth of reading. I'm just sitting here being pretty, okay? I do the same thing at home is what I do on this podcast. Sit and look pretty. But no, then we had a movie night. We watched a couple movies. He watched a Goofy movie, and that was his first time actually picking a movie that he hasn't seen like on repeat, which is like Moana or Frozen or Sonic Boom and all the other shit.
That was a good choice.
It was a good choice.
Was it the first one or the second one?
It was a Goofy movie,
So the
not
original.
the Goofy movie. Yeah. So the Goofy movie was basically about the Power Line storyline. Okay.
Okay.
And of
okay.
course, eye to eye, that was my jam. And he wanted me to shut up as per usual. "Mommy, let them sing. Shh, don't sing." I'm like, I got the vocal cords. What you mean? I can't sing. But he held my hand through the entire night, and it was just so cute. We did some coloring, and we were just hanging out, and it was a really good weekend. This is the one weekend in a long time that he was just like enjoying any and everything. So I just spent some time with him, and it was a good time with my little one. Of course, I'm in school too. Yay, education. I got another big test coming up, y'all, but I think I could pass this one. I don't really have the anxiety anymore, so I'm getting my life together. Oh, and I also went to Area 15 and did a VR game thing. Y'all, have y'all ever did VR?
We got VR for the PlayStation. It's
Yeah,
cool.
my little brother just got the Oculus, and he loves that.
When I tell y'all, first of all, it's a lot because they got you on a backpack, they got you little hand controller things, pads on your hands, pads on your feet. You got this backpack on, you got the headset, and then they give you like a gun to do the shooting because this is a zombie one.
Right.
And of course, I'm getting in there. I'm like, oh my God, okay, I got it. I'm gonna be all right because I'm wearing sandals. I'm thinking I'm trying to be cute and everything. And I get in there and I'm just like, first of all, what the fuck? I was so anxious. The shit was everywhere at the same time. I'm like, oh, I gotta reload. I gotta click the button. Get in the corner. Get in the corner. Ah, they eat me. So I'm panicking and shit. But it was a good time. So if y'all haven't ever been to a VR situation, I think they have one called Sandbox VR somewhere in town. I think that's more towards the Strip or on Paradise. And then VR, virtual, whatever, at Area 15, which was really fun, reasonably priced. And I think I was in there for about 30 to 45 minutes. So I was just like, I died. So are you going to help me? Like, yeah, I thought it was over when you died. They usually kick your ass out. But usually that was pretty much it. My weekend was actually, it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with my family and my friends. And yeah, I feel like that's about it.
That's good.
On to this week's topics. The first one was a question. When working, has it ever crossed your mind that being easy or difficult to work with correlates with how much you're willing to put up in the workplace? Okay, so this comes from a TikTok where a woman, basically she's a black woman and she was experiencing like, she was doing everything. And then she also saw somebody else who was doing the exact same thing. It was her supervisor or whatever. And her supervisor was getting run into the ground. Like, you do little tasks, you know, people, if you do that one little task, they come to you for another task and another task. And then at one point she was just like, you know, like, I feel like I deserve a raise. Like, go ahead and give me my raise. And they were just like, no. And she's just like, well, for the amount I do, I deserve a raise, or either find somebody else to do it. So then she goes in, like, people say that she's now hard to work with because she doesn't do everybody's work. And her subordinate saw her do these things, and she was just like, she was the best worker there, right? So when she up and left, they expected her subordinate to do the exact same thing. She automatically was just like, nah, you ain't playing with me like that. I'm doing my job that's on my record, and I'm going to do exactly just that. I'm not doing anything extra. Why go above and beyond for a company that does not do anything for you? So have y'all ever experienced that where it's like doing so much for a company and then all of a sudden it's just like, oh, when you put boundaries within the workplace, does that correlate you as like hard to work with, or she gives attitude or shit like that?
My only question about the whole situation was, how did she approach it? Because a lot of times you can put up boundaries, but it depends on how did you go about setting your boundaries. If you're rude about it, then yeah, I'm gonna label you difficult to work with, because it's a way to go about that. Like, you don't have to drive yourself into the ground. You can do what you need to do and still be considered a hard worker, you know what I mean? But if you go to them and you got like attitude about, I'm not doing this, I don't know what the fuck you want me to do, like, all of that is not necessary. You have to have professionalism about you when you approach things. That doesn't mean let people run you over.
Yeah.
But it's how you approach it. So that
Absolutely.
was my number one question about the whole situation.
Yeah, I just feel like when it comes to working in spaces, especially from people of different cultures and backgrounds, a lot of people don't understand that, okay, well, me setting a boundary is not being demanding. It's letting you know, this is the line that I don't want you to cross, and this is your warning. Please don't cross that line. When your expectations exceed that line and you come to me and try to demand me to do something, well, I look around like, okay, well, what does that say that I have to do that in my work description? In my job description, it don't say nothing about that. For me in the military, they did that a lot to me. Granted, I was one of those, you know, I'm aloof, I'm happy, I'm just happy to be, you know, I got a job, woo. So of course, anybody give me a task, I was doing it. But after time, like 4 years in, I'm tired as fuck, because I'm even on leave and y'all still asking me about shit. And then if I don't reply, I hear about it on Monday when I actually come back from my leave that I didn't reply and something needed to get done and it didn't get done before you left. I'm like, that was an issue before I left. So putting those boundaries, they didn't basically label me the airman with attitude. Because I put boundaries. I was like, okay, well, you're talking to me disrespectfully. I understand what you're saying. I'm not going to be disrespectful. I said what I said. Well, for this example, so I can give a little bit of context, I was giving a retirement ceremony, and I was the proctor. So I was handing the commander the stuff. He didn't want to do it the actual way of doing it, like the procedural way. He was just like, hand me the shit and move out the way. Hand me the shit, move out the way. Instead of about face, stand at position of attention and all that other shit. He was just like, hand me the things, they take the picture, put the things down. That's all he wanted. It was very informal. So the supervisor who had her subordinate watch me do it, she came up to me after the ceremony and basically yelled at me for like, oh, you didn't do it this way, da 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 da. I was like, I understand the situation of a proctor, and I can show her the actual way of doing it outside of work hours if that's the case, because the girl who was learning was Jasmine. She was my friend. So I didn't care. But she looked at me and she was just like, no, you know you're not supposed to do that. I was like, yes, I have a very good understanding of what to do. However, the commander and master sergeant in charge told me to do it this way. And then she just turned her back to me after she yelled at me. She was talking to Jasmine. I walk away. She then proceeds to tell my supervisor that she walked away while I was talking to her. I was just like, I stood there for a minute and a half. Her back was towards me. I walk away. She didn't say anything else to me. She didn't say, oh, I wasn't done talking to you or anything. I went to go eat. Look, when it comes to Tanisha and her food, especially as a young airman, I was hungry, and when I'm hungry, I'm hangry. I don't play them games because I will get real mean. So I'm like, okay, my food's done in the microwave, my little hot pocket. okay, my little Cheetos, and I went to go eat at my desk.
Stomach told y'all. Hot Pockets and Cheetos.
Hot Pockets and Cheetos. Girl, it was an arm like strength,
Girl.
okay? But back in those days, I could eat what I wanted. And, you know, when you 2021, you could eat everything and nothing bothers you. Hell, I was eating Roberto's every other day, okay? But yeah, so I get in trouble. I get an LOC, which is, what is it? A letter of
Counseling, yeah.
And then I get an LOR, a letter of reprimand. For disrespecting an NCO, because I refused to apologize because I was like, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. She literally didn't say anything else to me. And then my supervisor was like, you're not going to apologize? And I'm like, huh? Apologize? Who said that? Like, what did I do wrong? And I'm looking at her and she was just like, well, are you not going to apologize? I'm like, for what? And me and my supervisor, we were pretty close. So she walks away, and later, like, she comes to get me, like, I have to write you up. You didn't go apologize to her, blah, 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 blah. I was like, what the fuck am I apologizing for? I didn't do shit. And I'm pissed off at this point. And I told her, like, let me be frank, I'm not cussing at you. I'm just very frustrated. And she allowed me to express myself in the confines of her office. And she was just like, I understand that, but, you know, a few airmen were around. She felt highly disrespected. She believes that you should be taking off orders and all this other shit. And I got labeled as airman with attitude from that point on. And people still refer to me as the AWA. So it's just like one of those things is just like, okay, well, I maliciously complied after that. It was just like, I'm only doing my fucking job. Don't ask me to do anything extra.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Basically, give me my paycheck on the 1st and the 15th. I ain't looking for nothing extra. Don't ask me to volunteer for shit. I ain't even trying to be promoted at this point. I'm literally just here. Tony, how about you? Have you ever had an issue with that?
Not an issue. I just have a couple questions first. So, what was the ethnicity of the NCO?
She was a white pregnant woman.
Palm colored.
As
As my son says, pink. Pink or peach.
So I like both of your guys' points. However, I think if it gets to that point where it's like one thing, hey, you know, could you do this one thing? You're like, oh, cool, you know, I'm helping somebody out, you know, helping the team out, you know, maybe it'll lighten the load for everyone else and stuff like that. But then the next time they look for, you know, somebody, they're like, oh, well, Antonio did this last time.
Yeah.
You know, I know he'll do it again, and it just keeps
the cycle keeps going.
And I'm currently dealing with that at work in like multiple different aspects, and it is hell. Like I don't even want to be there no more.
Oh God,
I don't want to be there.
That's how I got out of the military.
Yeah.
But how are you going about the process of like saying no and delegating other tasks that you can't do?
Thank you. So boundaries, for a lot of people, they're not used to it. So when someone sets that boundary and that other individual has to like adhere to that boundary, they're like, whoa, they don't want to do that. So when you put that control on them, they feel some type of way. So with me dealing with that, it's just a constant back and forth of my higher up being like, oh, well, I can do so and so. If you're not going to do this, we're taking X, Y, and Z away from you. I'm like, okay, do it. They never do it because I know they can't.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I don't know why you are fighting back so much on something that's so small like this, where you have tons of other people that can do it. Or why am I going to be the one person that cleans up after 3 other people's messes?
Yeah.
And it's just, you just get tired of it after a while.
Yeah,
so.
it gets exhausting because it's just like, I'm doing multiple people's jobs. I was an airman. I was a senior airman for one. I was also an NCO at one point. NCO is a non-commissioned officer of the floor for about 2 months. So that was also taking on the role of a master sergeant, and I'm a senior airman. And then I also took on the role as auditor and timesheets for the civilians. Jeez. So I was just like doing all of these jobs and expecting to do all of these things and all of these tasks, and I was getting them done. Granted, like, it wasn't perfection because some of that shit was in my avenue, but I kept it in line for the next person to come in, and it wasn't a jumbled mess. They came in and they were able to do their job. But at the time when it came for me to get my promotion, I had made a mistake earlier in the year and I missed a day. However, everybody gets that one day of like, okay, you missed it. It was during COVID too. So it was just like, okay, it was an oversight. My supervisor was the person in the system. I think I told everybody this story, but if you haven't heard it, my supervisor was in charge of the attendance system, and she was also my supervisor. So if I missed a day, you're my supervisor. You're supposed to be like, hey, you're not on your shit. Hey, get it together, reschedule, whatever. She didn't tell me until it was the end of the fiscal year. We can't do shit at the end of the fiscal year. So there's no money to be made. There's no money to recoup. I'm like, okay, well, I have to sign some paperwork and we have to have a discussion about it before we move forward. So I signed a sheet, and I'm thinking the next drill weekend that I'm supposed to have a conversation with her, the commander, and all those other people. I'm thinking that I'm still on track for my promotion, okay? Everybody's calling me staff sergeant. We looking forward to it. I'm getting hype. I'm like, I'm going to be a staff sergeant.
Which is really just,
right. It's just,
it wasn't nothing.
It wasn't nothing.
Senior airman, that's what it was.
It was a glorified senior airman with troops that I'm in charge of. So other little fuck ups is going to be my little fuck ups, okay? But I was okay with that because I mentored the airmen anyway. They looked to me for answers regardless and advice. So I was really good at that. Tell me why I go in for drill weekend and I'm just like, I'm talking to the director of operations, okay? Talking to her about my situation, and I ask her, hey, when am I getting promoted? Like, when do I prepare? Do I got to have my blues? Because I might need some new ones. Like, let me get prepared. She looks at me and she's just like, oh, I meant to tell you, like, we have to hold your stripe for a year. Huh? What was it? I was stuck, okay? The silence was me blinking for those of you who are not watching. But it was deafening because I was just like, wait, why? Like, I'm confused. What are you talking about? I didn't get in any trouble. I don't have no LORs. Like, everything is in the clear. I've been scot-free. I've gotten 2 degrees in the last year and a half. I had a son through COVID. I was an NCOIC for some time, did timesheets, made manuals for how to do timesheets for the new civilian employee, made sure all of our airmen were accounted for, and still doing my job as an administrative professional, whatever the hell. And you're telling me I'm not getting promoted. Why? Oh, well, you missed that day and it was unexcused. Excuse me? She said, yeah, you missed a day and it was unexcused and there's nothing we could do about it. I almost bust out crying in that moment out of rage because I was just like, okay, well, who's in charge of, like, oh, well, so-and-so was your supervisor and she did this. When I tell you I've never wanted to fight one person more, I almost followed that supervisor home because we lived in the same area. And by the grace of God, that light turned red right when I was on her ass on the fucking road or whatever. Needless to say, that the end of the story is just like, don't give yourself too much to a job that will replace you or let you go or look past you for a promotion when at the end of the day they will replace you with the next person in line. Like, don't overwork yourself because, hey, take that leave, take that time off, quit that job if it's causing you too much stress or anxiety. Maybe, like Beyonce said, quit your job, but have one lined up. Don't be stupid because you still got bills to pay.
Or have something.
Have something. Have some type of income and all that shit. You just have to learn how to delegate and say no. It's okay to say no. Even if people get mad, it's okay to say no. I promise you. Because what they gonna do, beat your ass? I don't think so. So it'll be all right. But have y'all heard about the submarine ship?
That's been all over the news all week.
These people. First of all, rest in peace to the lives that are lost, because that's unfortunate that lives were lost. However, I'm gonna call a spade a spade. The decisions was dumb as hell. Dumb as shit, okay?
Fuck around and find out.
Fuck around and find out. A squared plus B squared equals deep blue sea. Like, what? I don't understand what was missing in the equation of getting on this damn tiny ass ship and all of this shit happening, right? So for those who don't know, there was a submarine excursion between, what, 4 billionaires?
Five. It was
five, yeah.
5 billionaires. Well, 4 billionaires and a millionaire, allegedly. Including the CEO who runs the excursion trips to see the Titanic. These people were going to see the Titanic in the deep blue sea, the shipwreck, where 1 million people or 100,000 people have died. Why do you want to see a mass underwater grave? Don't know. And somehow, some way, they got lost touch with everybody above sea level. I think it was what, 40,000 feet under?
I
30?
don't know how many feet. I know it was an hour and 45 minutes into
Okay.
trip.
So these people lost contact with all civilian lifestyles and got stuck down there. Couldn't be found. We don't know. Dropped off the face of the earth for all we know. We just know that they couldn't be found. And the next thing we know, they got 30 hours of air left in this tiny submarine. The sub was about the size, a little bit smaller than this room.
It was a minivan.
It was a size of a minivan. And it was controlled by a Logitech game controller, not even a PS5. Okay, babe.
Some off-brand shit.
Off-brand shit. Logitech made webcams in the early 2000s. And they had a Logitech game controller controlling the submarine. And all of them smart-ass millionaire people thought that shit was you can make good financial decisions, but you can't decide on whether or not, hey, I don't think it's a good idea to get in a ship controlled by a fucking game controller.
So this is my thing. Like, I understand where everybody is coming from saying it was dumb. I don't fuck with the ocean. That's just me.
Absolutely not.
Like, I'm not messing with nothing I can't see. But I can understand, right? I can understand if you have the money to like experience these certain type of things that you're interested in. Then I can see why you would do it. Like, if I was interested in certain stuff and I had the money to actually do it, I might do it. But it's the type of thing where you don't think this stuff will happen to you until you're in the situation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's very unfortunate that it imploded and whatever. But I can see why they were there. I'm not going to call them dumb or whatever. The memes
I'm going to call them dumb.
I am.
I'm going to call them dumb.
The memes have been funny as hell, though.
Funny
I'm just saying, I feel bad, like, rest in peace, but...
Somebody made a playlist.
They made playlists. They've already made a game. Like,
and you know, it's not funny to, laugh at people's deaths. However, when people do dumb shit, we're going to talk about it because it's like the dumbest thing.
So if y'all had money, what would be something that y'all would do? Like that other
Some
people
dumb
might
shit?
think was crazy or dumb.
I learned how to fly a plane.
Okay, see.
I don't feel like that's dumb though, because I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going to the Appalachian Mountains. I'm not going to Russian air territory. I'm literally going maybe from fucking West Coast to Texas. I'm not trying to take no 12-hour flight nowhere so I can get lost in the Bermuda Triangle and be on the Manifest next episode. Like, hell no. Y'all got me fucked up. I ain't doing it.
What about you, Tony?
These people are, in my personal opinion, are fucking idiots. Because, okay, it was the fuck around and find out. I really didn't know too much about like the whole situation, so I had like family like fill me in on everything.
Yeah.
And then after them telling me this, I found the information myself. Mm-hmm. It's not the first time.
Nope.
They have been issued things saying don't do this multiple times.
Yes.
So what are you doing?
And
the door was welded shut
on the outside. So even if they did find it, or they were miraculously like recovered and they were able to get above sea level and like try to escape or whatever because the air is running out or whatever, they wouldn't be able to get out unless somebody had something to open them up. Baby, what? That's basically putting on a fucking straight jacket and dropping your ass in the ocean. What you gonna do?
I'll tell you right now, if I had the money, I'm going to space. That's it. Like, y'all can call me dumb, but I'm going because I want to see what's out there.
I'm doing some exotic shit. Something.
Right. I'm gonna go to an island. A little island, go to, just a beach somewhere, going to Bora Bora, sit in the middle of the ocean. Like, okay, that's dangerous. Sitting in the middle of the ocean in a kayak to take some pictures, dumb, but I'ma do it.
Did you saw the kayakers that got eaten by the whales, right? Did you see that?
Like,
See, now
that's why
I
you
do
don't
that
fuck
shit
with the
anywhere.
ocean.
I'm not going too far out. Like, if a boat and I can still see land, and if I jump out this motherfucker, I can still swim a little bit to it because I can't really swim. But if I can get there from that ship, that's a safe enough distance, unless I'm on a yacht or like a big cruise ship.
On a yacht.
In a thong.
You need to be on, if you're going on sea, you need to be on something that a whale cannot swallow whole.
Absolutely.
Cruise ship or
Yeah.
Because I think killer whales are beautiful from Free Willy. There's a beautiful things, but you got to remember, they eat us. They will eat anything that looks like a distress, and they will play with you before you die, especially if they're in a herd, or what is it, a herd, a school?
School, yeah.
Okay, I'm like,
said
I
a
don't
herd.
know. I don't know. But bunch of them shits, okay? Well, y'all know what I was talking about. But if they're together, they will play with their food before they fucking eat you. So you're like, I'm gonna take an arm and throw it to my homeboy.
I
And he gonna
watched a
take a leg.
documentary
Like,
about
the
this
fuck?
man. It had to be last year, and he got swallowed by a whale because he was out grabbing lobsters and stuff at the bottom of the thing in Maine. But he got out. Like the whale, he was like, I guess the way the whale swallowed him, he was stuck in his mouth. And it was like agitated, so it just went up and spit him out. So he got lucky.
I would never
But
touch
he
the
said
ocean
he was
ever
in that
again.
bitch freaking out. Like,
Absolutely. This
that
is
was
not
it.
Pinocchio. Pinocchio got swallowed whole and was living in the bowels of the damn whale or whatever. But this is real life. They have teeth. They will chomp you up and maybe not even eat all of you. You just got your little leg just out here floating for the sharks to be eaten, you know, because after big territory, they eat stuff, you know, the other school of fish, they just follow up and eat the rest or whatever. And I'm just like, there's no way. Let me open this because there was so many things. So the people aboard was Paul Henry, who was 73. His life was already over. No offense to whatever. I probably should have said
Girl.
that. I probably should've-
y'all,
Never
don't,
mind.
if you in your
No.
70s, don't listen to her, because
73.
only the Lord knows.
73-year-old
y'all,
man.
like-
Stockton Rush, who was 61. Hamish Harding, who was 58. Shaza Daywood, who was 48. And his son, Solomon Daywood, who was 19. 73 versus 19. And the mom was supposed to go on the ship instead of her son. Baby, I would have told, boy, if you don't sit your little ass down, you got college in 3 weeks. Sit your ass down.
I
Okay,
heard
sit this one out.
I heard his dad was the one who really wanted him to go.
I don't give a shit. I'm his mama, and I'm saying no. Because then, if that don't work, the waterworks will. Because the son, they gotta make the man. Oh, mama, don't cry. Like, I'll stay. Yeah, because I'm not letting you do that. That's the dumbest shit ever. Being wielded in a tiny ass minivan-sized thing, controlled by a gang controller. And a bunch of the times that they've went on this excursion where it's just like one person in, they didn't go as deep. What makes you think that you've never done this with people inside and have come up alive? And out of all 5 people, like, billionaires, to me, it just seemed a little fishy.
The only thing that seemed
strange.
fishy to me was, okay, so you know how they miraculously found out that there was a debris field after air ran out. Mm-hmm. I believe they already knew what happened, but they didn't want to come clean to the public. Like,
They
these
didn't.
people are gone.
They wanted to give people hope, you know, but half the internet already, because we live in the internet for all the wealthy people out there who don't mind the internet because you're busy traveling on a boat, in a yacht, in a thong. Okay, out in Bora Bora or Bermuda or wherever the fuck are you? Like, you're out of touch with reality. Poor people get a little bit of satisfaction of rich people's demise. I am so sorry about it, but it's actually very factual because all of the decisions you make are compared to us. We will never be able to exceed that. You know, we are where we are and we're just trying to get by. So the little things that we do see, we make memes of, we laugh or whatever. But you've never had to really struggle through dark times. Like, even through like bad shit that happens in the hood, people do dumb shit. Like the corner boy that you know that used to sell dope robs a fucking bank and gets shot. Damn, that sucks. But that was a dumb ass idea. And we talk about it in the hood. You're a bunch of rich fucking people getting welded shut and getting sit down 40,000 feet into the ocean trying to see the Titanic. Why do you want to see a large grave? You didn't see the movie? If you don't watch the movie in a pool. Watch Titanic in a fucking pool. You still get the same feeling and have somebody capsize that motherfucker and then say, oh, Rose, is there room on your little life jacket? No. Okay, now look, that's the whole Titanic as a whole. People died and that's it. Get over it. We don't have to explore those things. For us as black people, we know not to fuck with the sea because a lot of our ancestors crossed that shit and didn't make it here. Okay, so we have no desire to explore a mass grave. Whether it be dead animals, dead people. The ocean is a very large and infested place. I have no desire to explore it.
NASA went from the sea to space.
Yep. So that should give you a hint. Like they only explored what, 30%?
No, it's less
30%?
than that, I think.
I don't know. Today's age, it might be a little bit more than 5%, but I remember it was around 5 to 10%, right? So if they stopped looking downward and started looking up, they probably found some really deep shit. Y'all think the government gonna tell us what they found down there? No.
Probably not.
And if you ever witness it, do you think you're gonna make it alive to tell the internet? Especially with TikTok being such an educational like format for us or platform for us. I've learned so much from fucking TikTok and just watching that shit every day, all day. I know how to buy a house. I know how to fix a car. I know how to change my oil. I know how to edit videos. Shopping properly, couponing, like all the things that you can think of is on TikTok, and you think they want to get rid of it. Why? You think they stop exploring fucking sea level? Why? It's bad shit. It's not good for the public or whatever. But speaking of doing things like extreme, I was seeing this person who was just like, do your dreams while you can and while you're able-bodied to do so. And she was just basically expressing how she waited until she was like in her 40s to explore the world and vacation, when she could have did the same thing in her 30s. She just didn't know how to. And with Afterpay, y'all should sponsor me.
Tanisha at Afterpay, she got an addiction.
I got an
Let's just
addiction.
talk about it. Like,
I be having the money to buy the things I want, but Afterpay is so much more convenient for me.
I do the same thing. That's me with the firm. I love
Hey,
the firm.
y'all, but then you gotta pay it back, so that stresses me out.
It don't,
wanna
because it's like
extra
it break
bill,
it down for it. Like if I'm buying something for like $600, right, breaks it down to $120 per paycheck. So it's just like I'm getting paid, but they're taking it out, and I don't even know it's going because honestly, I got paid the same
I'm
day.
just
I got a
dropping
little bit extra.
600 and then
Nah, and if I pay it on time, I gotta worry about no interest.
Right.
I keep that money in my pocket for a little bit longer.
See?
Hey,
the thing.
I play the game. I play the game.
Yeah, okay, so you break it down because you do have stuff that come up sometimes. So now you
Yeah.
done broke it down. Now you got this extra 120. So you got some other stuff you got to pay. Now you stressing out because now you got the interest. Like that be bothering me. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
pay all my stuff.
I don't know, because I never have gotten that far because I've never spent more than like $600 on Afterpay. And after a while, if I get tired of paying it, I just pay the extra.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
because I don't want to pay it all up front, it's the opportunity. And bitch, them niggas be giving me money now. They're like, oh, you been buying a lot of stuff on Afterpay, $2,500, and I'm like,
Here you go.
yeah, give me that money. But would I ever spend $2,500? Absolutely not. No, you got me fucked up because y'all gonna give me good. And next thing you know, it's like 150% interest, and now I'm owing, instead of $2,500, I owe $10,000. And bitch, you got me fucked
I'll be
up.
over here like, girl, I told you.
Right.
But the point
Should
of
have
the
paid it on
question,
time.
right?
You had the 600.
I'm over here like,
Sensation.
and I'm just thinking things are fine and dandy, and then the next thing you know, $700 coming out my check.
Like,
What? And I'm looking at everybody like, where did that come from? But the main purpose of that question was, where is one place you would want to travel, like an island or a place or anything in the world? Where would you want to go? And why?
Me and my friend, okay, we already got a plan next year. Shout out to China.
Hey, girl.
We going to Aruba. Turned up on the beach, y'all.
Wait, when? Because I sent you I sent the group chat a video
When did
from
you send
Aruba. And this man was fine,
When did you
girl.
send it?
Girl, I think it was on TikTok because I saw it on TikTok.
Girl, you know I'm be on TikTok.
Okay, bitch. I'm going to
I'm trying
Aruba.
to send me this. So
I'm
me and
going to
her,
Aruba.
But we was talking about this before. But me and her are going to Aruba next summer. Mm-hmm. So we better have
how long?
fun. Just probably like a week, just to get out.
So nice.
I've been trying to like you said, explore, enjoy life. Even though I'm a mom and stuff, I still need to live, y'all. Like,
Yeah.
I still want to get out and like see stuff before it's too late. So I've been trying to make it
It's not like you
Yeah.
just had a baby. It's like your child is 8.
make it a point to
Right.
get out and like
show your
explore.
daughter that it's like it's okay to take time for yourself to do things.
Exactly. And
Especially if you work so
she'll
hard.
be with me on some of the things, exploring and stuff too. So it'll be fun.
Where would you go, Tony?
So there's 2 places.
Mm-hmm.
So like right off the rip, place that I've been wanting to go for a while is the Royal Caribbean, the Coco Cow, I believe, cruise
Mm-hmm.
thing, that one. But put that aside, probably since Drake talked so much shit about his lifestyle, I'm trying to see really what this shit is, because he said he was in a Masoni room at the Bibelos.
What the hell is that? Where's that?
Exactly. He said the boat was rocking back and forth on some Aaliyah shit. Like, what is he talking about? What is Drake talking about? I need to be there.
Who the hell is this? Where's Drake? At?
Exactly.
Like, we need to know.
He's in a
Dubai?
Masoni room
Is it
at the
Turkey?
Bibelos.
Like-
Where's that?
Bibelos,
Let me
that sounds
know.
like a made up place.
Let me know, Drake. Put me on. Anything that Drake talked about that I never heard before, I'll probably go there.
I mean, I just sit in Drake's arms, to be honest. Like, that's about it. I don't really care about anything else about him, but he is such a handsome man.
He seems like he's
and he
sweet
quiet.
talking.
The
Like,
fact that he just shut up. He don't really be saying nothing but music. Like, you don't see him on the internet beefing with nobody,
Being
coming in the
nasty.
comments or anything. You might see him drop something and be like, with this fine young thing or whatever. But he ain't ever downgraded no women, talking bad about no women, dark skin, light skin. He he don't do none of that.
He love
He
them
had
all.
women, you know, and I love that man. But I have like 3 places. One is Jamaica. Okay, Jamaica. I'm so sorry about it. It might be typical to some of y'all, but I really want to go, and I just feel like it'll be so much fun. Then there's Ghana, because it's just the way that the culture is there, and from many Ghanaian people that I've met, they're just so beautiful, and their skin is so lovely.
I found out I was Ghanaian in my ancestry, Ghanaian and Nigerian. I was like, oh, that's cool.
Look at you, my Nigerian queen. Pretty little thing. I still don't know what I am, but when I do, I'm gonna know, because I'm gonna have a whole tattoo dedicated to that damn thing. And I'm hoping it's gonna be some beautiful tribe so I can get it all over my arm so I can have a nice little tattoo. But the last place would be Bora Bora, because the clear water. Anywhere there's clear water. Oh, and the Netherlands too. I also want to go to the Netherlands, but I'm scared because they say that they don't like black people there.
The Neanderthals.
Yeah, they say that they be scaring me, and you know, I follow a lot of people who travel on TikTok.
Yeah.
And they tell you, like, the single travel black women, they be like, yeah, Paris is off my list because no offense to Parisian people and over there, I'm just talking about a black woman's experience, so please do not come in the comments and say anything about it. And if you had a good experience in Paris, good for you, but they steal a lot, and I am very like, oh, I love things, looking at all the things. I'm gonna get robbed just trying to look at some damn art on a wall full of white people. I'm not trying to have that. And then on top of that, women are very much assaulted there frequently, especially tourists. And it's not just like, you know, physically assaulted, but verbally assaulted. Like, or she was riding the train or something, and they said a slur. Then they followed her, and when she went to talk to the police, they told her to scurry on, and you know, shit like that. And it was just like, see, I would never go there. Nope. And it's just a few places. Like, why do you want to go to these places that are deemed super beautiful and all that shit? But then they also don't tell you the downsides of going there. It's just like, there's a lot of racial tension. It stinks. Like, Vegas here, everybody sees Vegas. Ooh, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Y'all get caught up with these hookers and whores. Y'all get caught up with the hookers and the whores and the gambling and the loan sharks and shit. And then you can't go back home because they just stole your passport, your keys, your wallet, the pictures of your baby. Like,
Took everything.
Yeah, account to Instagram. Like, they took all your shit because you playing these games thinking that, oh, you're the most beautiful woman in the world. No, she just got a fat ass, babe. I'm so sorry about it. That's literally it. Whatever. But yeah, I've never heard anything bad about Bora Bora. Except they got bugs, but that's everywhere.
I mean,
especially
it's tropical, so.
Right, anything tropical and you smelling like vanilla bean, you gonna get ate up. You gonna get ate up by the mosquitoes, the bugs, and all the things. So I just feel like it'll be a lot of fun to just go somewhere in clear water. You don't have the internet connection, because the place that I want to go is like in the middle of the water, and it's like huts.
Is that the one? Like, your hut is literally
in the water.
Oh my goodness!
And it's like you have a hammock, and the hammock, like when you get in it, it's in the water, and it's very clear and blue. And that's what I need. I need clear blue water because I need to see what's below me. I need to see what's below me if there's danger. I'm gonna be sitting there, ooh, this is dangerous. Like, no, I don't want to be guessing like, is that seaweed, or is that a I don't know, is that a little baby
seaweed? Have y'all watched seaweed like I'm sorry, this is so like, but I watch documentaries sometimes and they have the seaweed guard. Baby, seaweed should not be that terrifying. It's so long. It's so like, I just feel like I would get trapped.
Yeah, I've had seaweed wrapped around my leg before. Freaks me out. But then I've learned so many things about beaches and shit too. Yeah. From TikTok. Thank you. Like sand crabs. Like when you pick up the sand. I
did not know about that.
I didn't know about it either. You know, you get that tingly feeling when you be in the sand. It's crabs biting at you, eating your little legs.
I didn't even need to know that.
See, now we gonna be on the beach. This is why people be wearing shoes and shit. They be like, y'all look dumb. Y'all are on the beach with some shoes on. Meanwhile, they not getting eat up by no crabs. Or like in Mexico, in Cancun area, there's very rough tide. A lot of people die going to Cancun trying to get in the ocean water. That's not water that you're supposed to get in. It's just supposed to be for the views. And you get into the pool.
You ain't gotta worry about me getting in the water. I might put my foot in there.
No, not even that close. They say not even that close because there was girls who were like, oh, we heard about the waters in Cancun or whatever. and they were taking pictures like at the line.
Oh, God.
And they didn't notice. They were trying to take pictures and be all cute, and their back was facing the water. And the water came rushing in and dragged their ass a little bit in. They didn't get dragged all the way in, but because the tide went out. But they were all like, "Oh my God, we almost died!" Just women on the shoreline.
Now imagine that, and then getting caught in an undertide. Your ass is dead.
I'm not trying.
You can't even see that
just
shit.
stay on the land.
You just caught. They like,
Much.
come get to the top. They don't know you fighting for your life down there at the bottom. It might look calm up here, but down at the bottom, shit.
I just can't. And moving on, so Good Girls finished last. A couple shows a day in their life before filming OnlyFans content together. A self-proclaimed good girl, quote-unquote good girl, she goes viral for stitching the video to explain that she doesn't understand how she lives her life by all social standards and norms and still doesn't have a man. The question is, should women live within a box to be seen as pure, or should they live their lives as they want and worry about finding love when it comes? This goes for men too.
I feel like one thing that I've learned while living is that life is short and you got to do what you want.
Absolutely.
Like at the end of the day, you might be worried about what people say, but live unapologetically. And that doesn't mean that you even got to let people know what you're doing. Just do what you want for you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just because you did everything that you think you were supposed to do, don't mean that you're going to find you a man. Like at 25, baby, that ain't what it mean. Like, so I just feel like do what you want.
And my thing is, the story is a little bit like, the woman that came on, she was just like, it wasn't like meant to downplay the OnlyFans content girl. It was not meant like that. She was like, well, damn, I could be a girl. I'm a lawyer. I done got my degree. I stay in the house. I dress relatively modestly. God damn, I can't find me a good man for shit. That's what it was meant to be, but a lot of people perceived as her hating, and they tried to dox her and all this other shit. Meanwhile, what she was saying is just like, I'm living up to the standard that men basically say this is what type of woman they want to marry. They want to marry the girl who is not all out there on the internet and seen as this, that, and the third, that don't have that many bodies and all this stupid shit. When in reality, it does not matter how you live your life, as long as you're not going to jail, hurting another person physically, emotionally, or mentally, and just being an overall decent person. It don't give, like, money is money, especially in this economy. Make your money how you make your money. Like I said, as long as you're not hurting anyone and it's consensual, baby, make your money. I don't give a fuck. Hopefully you being very safe with it and you're getting tested if you're an OnlyFans girl, or if you're selling feet pics. Hell, if you're taking pictures of farm animals and doctoring them up or some shit. Like, whatever the fuck are you doing? As long as it makes you happy and it's making you good income, I don't have no reason to judge, baby. A job is better than no job, okay? How about you, Tony? Do you feel like men live their lives to the societal norms or what they feel like is the image of women, and they shouldn't? They should just live life.
I think with how oversaturated social media has been, the way that people, and this is guys and girls, the way that they look at relationships, I feel like it has been skewed, just because you're getting a lot of this one thing. You know, at the time it is, you know, like the OnlyFans content, and there's people arguing like, oh, should you date someone that, you know, does OnlyFans or does this and that and such or whatever. You know, I'm agreeing with Michelle. You should live your life, you know, regardless of like, you know, what you do. You know, you should always like still be safe and everything like that. But trust me, there will be someone out there who's gonna love you for you, whether you're doing you're the normal girl or normal guy who's, you know, never went out, never had sex or whatever, you know, strict to maybe your religion or whatever you do, you know, or, you know, even a person who might be on that popping shit and doing the OnlyFans, you know, living that life. There's people out there who are going to love you for you. You just gotta do your thing. I've done both. I've dated girls who have done OnlyFans. I've dated wholesome girls that haven't done anything.
Yeah.
And you gotta really, you know, put it down to, you know, who is this person, and, you know, can I trust this person? Can I really live a good relationship with this person? Are we on like the same page with things?
Yeah.
Do we bring each other up when, you know, when the other person is down? You just got to look at it in terms of that. And also, you have to know what your partner is comfortable with. You can't judge, you know, Paul might not want to date, OnlyFans girls, but Jimmy over here is perfectly fine with it. You just have to find somebody who's okay and comfortable with the lifestyle that you live. And are people out there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everybody is wanting this instant gratification of finding love. Like the depiction of love after COVID, everybody wants to be partnered up with somebody. And I understand that because being alone, it kind of sucks. However, it doesn't suck if you enjoy your own company. Yes. Like knowing who you are, doing the self-travels and doing the things that you want to do, but you don't want to do it alone. Go out there and do those things alone. You want to go to Barry's like me? I want to go to Barry's, but I didn't want to be like, oh, I'm alone at my table by myself. Baby, I'm going to bring my headset. I'm going to bring my little iPad. I'm going to watch me a movie while I have dinner by my fucking self. If nobody wants to go or can't afford it, why is that stopping me from going and treating myself? It's not going to. And especially if somebody's judging you for what you do and not who you are. Personally, you shouldn't be judging people in general. Granted, but that's natural human emotion is to be like, oh, I don't really like that. And it's okay you don't like it. But do you like that person?
Yeah.
If you like that person, are you putting that, oh, I don't really like their occupation. Okay, I can put that aside because it's not who they are. Their occupation is just what they do. Like a lawyer who represents a lot of murderers and shit. Do you feel like they're a murderer too? Do you feel like they're bad people because they're representing bad people? I don't think so. But people are just like, oh, OnlyFans, you're a whore. You're a whore. Bitch, are you having premarital sex? Most of y'all are, and I'm talking to all of y'all, okay? Y'all are probably having premarital sex. Y'all are having premarital sex. It's fun. It's enjoyable. Yeah, do the shit, okay? Safely.
What NLE Chopper said? Meat to meat,
Wall to wall.
coochie to my balls.
Do the damn thing. It is okay to be out here sucking the toes of the person you care for, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're doing it because you want to be accepted by your parents, by your homeboys or homegirls, you probably shouldn't be looking for love because you're pleasing everybody else and you're not thinking about yourself. Like if you have a person who was once a stripper or whatever, if I would hope that's not everybody's long-term goal is to stay in that job, even if it is cool, but I would hope you want to do something with all of the money you make. Like if you want to do this as a 23-year-old, but by the age of 30 you want to be a real estate agent and have your own branch or whatever, or you're putting yourself through nursing school to get that shit done, there's no shame in your game, baby, because Kim Kardashian had a whole sex tape with Red J back in 2005. We all seen it, and now look at the bitch, okay? Little billionaire or millionaire.
I think she a millionaire.
Okay, millionaire, whatever.
She got money.
But her whole family didn't put on.
At the very least.
Whole family got put on off of that one sex tape. Do you think that woman is ashamed of that shit? Absolutely not. She just gonna tell her daughter, I really hope you don't do that. But if you do, oh, you're doing great, sweetie. Just kidding. Hopefully not. We're doing that. But at the end of the day,
gonna have that. So
absolutely not. I mean, if that is the real Kanye.
girl.
No, hey, I'm there with you. I told you I love the conspiracies.
Yes.
Told you.
I love a man who is into conspiracies because conspiracies are just a little bit of fun to take you out of reality, okay?
Have fun with life a little bit.
Yeah, I fuck with life like that too because it's just like, oh, the aliens. I'm all about the aliens. Like, bro, like, have y'all seen the Scary Movie 4 when the aliens came by?
Yeah.
It was just like, this is how we say hi to each other.
They was peeing out their fingers.
Yeah,
his finger was in his mouth. He was,
But, I just feel like this world is a lot more than what it is. And instead of hiding what it is, which is this supernatural shit, we're all about I believe that there's ghosts. If you believe there's God, you got to believe that there's ghosts because when
so
people die,
things
like there's so
ghosts,
many things. There's multiple gods, there's multiple deities, there's multiple religions, and no one of them is right because we can't confirm nor deny that shit is right. Like I said before, y'all probably heard me say this before, I believe in all of the things. I don't put anyone down because it's a beautiful thing to listen to, especially having a belief in something.
Most of them tie in together anyway.
Like if you 100%.
In my world religion class, you will see how most religions have the same beliefs. They just go about it differently.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. But at the end of the day, when it comes to having this image, good girl, or having a good reputation or whatever, who fucking cares? At the end of the day, the world's gonna end at one point.
Baby.
Have fun. Rather have fun, because when you're old and like decrepit on your deathbed, you're gonna be like, I wish I did this, that, and the third, and you didn't do this, that, and the third because of your perception. And that's the only thing stopping you, really. Well, it may be a pocketbook, but You can do OnlyFans and have money in that pocketbook.
I have a question for you. I don't know if you have it in there, but I saw it online, and I want to know your guys' opinion on it.
Where's it?
This lady went out for her birthday, and she went out with her 18 friends and also with her man. And at the end of the night, she expected him to pay for her and her 18 friends.
Yeah, I remember this.
And
yeah.
she said that he was broke because he didn't want to pay for her and her 18 friends.
Okay.
How do you guys feel about that?
First of all, never go to a dinner party of any kind expecting anybody to pay for you. If you're invited to a dinner party, expect that you're going to be paying for your meal, and expect that it's going to be a group payment situation.
Yes.
And don't expect like, oh, it's all going to be on one card. First of all, work that shit out before you get there. Have a group chat. Hey, at least send me $80 to $90 per person, because it's probably going to go on my card. Any extra, I might bite it, like whatever the case may be. But for her to go above and beyond to say her man is supposed to pay for 18 people, baby, I would have literally paid for my plate with the waitress. I would have been like, excuse me, I'm going to the bathroom.
And left.
Going to the waitress. Baby, I'm sending you Uber money home. Y'all figure that out. And I'm going to be at home. Because you got me fucked up. Totally fucked up.
At the end of the day, it's only his job to pay for his woman. Like, girl, you wrong.
Absolutely
and you probably
wrong.
lost
And
a
it's
man
your
over that
birthday, and I
bullshit.
hope you did, because that was a good man who was even down enough to pay for you. And I think he was going to pay for her and like the closer friend.
Exactly. Like, I would do that.
Yeah,
if I'm
that
fucking with
makes
your best
sense,
friend and I've
but
known you
yeah.
for this long, I'll pay
Yeah,
for that.
'cause, like,
some of them people
18 people?
probably not even her real friends.
Not even-
Let me tell you about girls and birthday parties, okay? Like, we love a good turn up. We love a good picture.
turn
We
up.
love a good vibe. We love inviting people out that we know, like, not on the closest level sometimes, but people that we know. But, like, you got to be for real when you hosting these things and know the people that are going with you to know if they actually going to bring money and cover the shit, or you going to be stuck with a bill on your own. I'm not trying to pay over $1,000 bill on my birthday because these bitches ain't got no money.
I will say,
I'm not doing it.
Remember wig?
Girl, me and her been through this shit this
We
year.
did- we
with
been through
people
this
that we
year.
didn't really know. We were at
We
a
didn't
birthday
even know.
event,
We were
and
at a
they
birthday
dipped
event,
out
yep.
on us, and we left us with, it was like $300, right?
Yep, it was $300.
Yeah, me and her had to
and
split
me and her, because it was supposed to be split because homegirl was invited by somebody else. It wasn't even our birthday thing.
It wasn't even our shit. We were invited to this shit. Why
Exactly. But there was a tab, and we were supposed to meet the, said tab or whatever. And we did what we did. And we were talking to the other girls, and there was this one girl with a bad wig who had a bad attitude. And girl, I hope you know who you are, because that wig was terrible. It was despicable, honestly, truly. It looked like Party City, and you just shook it out from a dust box and just was just like, bloop, and made a little edge. And that was so fucked up that your friends didn't tell you. That is so sad. Anyway.
That's the saddest part right there.
That's sad. No,
When
the saddest
your
part.
friends don't even let you know.
Are they your friends?
Are they your friends? And then on top of that, she tried to compete with my girl.
For no, y'all, I'm the chillest person when I
She
go out.
be
I don't
sitting
be,
in the
I don't
back.
be competing with nobody. I be vibing in my
You
corner.
be thinking she a shadow by the time
Like-
she be like, hey, just this is Michelle. She
Drinking
don't
my
be
drink
saying.
and vibing. Like, I don't.
She'll be doing. She don't even be paying attention to her damn self. She'll be like, "Oh, there's food. Oh, yeah, I'll take a bite. I'll take a little bite. I'll take a piece. A little shot. Okay, I'm gonna take a shot." But she literally be in a corner. Nobody be messing with her. Okay, and nobody will fuck with her because that's my girl. Don't get it fucked up. But the fact that she came, ate, drank, like got all the things, and the check comes, she's still at the table. Everybody else is paying, their parts. I think a few of the other girls did.
The other
also.
girls did send
Oh, they
their
did?
money.
Okay.
One of the other girls. I don't know
Did
what
not.
the second one did, but
it was just the fact that we were all calculating, okay, what do we get? What do we get? She looked, and she was just like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to
Okay,
go.
we'll see you
It was good seeing you. And she's saying goodbye to the party, the person who was part of the party. And we like, wait, hold up. Come back here, baby. And she just slipped away. And I'm just like,
so now me and her are left with a bill for people that we don't even know.
don't even know. And didn't fuck with, because she didn't even really talk to us. She was giving us
Rude
kind
as
of dirty
fuck.
looks and trying to dance real. Girl, just...
Don't let me
competition
catch you
with
outside of this
herself.
club. Do not let me catch you outside of this
I
club.
pray that she don't be doing that shit, because God,
At least we did have money though.
yeah, because
So
we
were
do.
prepared. Because
We
I didn't
do.
have no problem covering the birthday person.
Yeah,
But it was just them bitches like they.
we don't know y'all, and don't expect nobody to pay for you.
Shout
if
out
they
to
don't
the
know
one
you.
girl that did pay though. Thank you. I can't remember your name, but you were cool. But them,
Yeah.
the other ones, girl, bye.
Was it the Nigerian lady?
The one with the
Braids?
No, she was cool. I liked
Yeah,
her.
I like her
It was
too.
the one with the curly, the wet and wavy.
Oh, the truck driver lady.
Yeah, that one.
Yes,
She was
truck
cool.
driver lady. Shout outs to
Thank
you,
you,
girl.
girl.
We appreciate you.
Maybe we'll
But
see you again one day.
hopefully, because we gonna be outside.
But
this
don't
summer.
bring them.
But don't bring
Don't bring
them.
the others.
Just keep those friends at home because those ain't real friends anyway. Because they'll leave you with the tab and be like, "I'm gonna go get the car." So, but when it comes to those types of things, it's just like you got to know the people you invite into these events. If they broke, don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. And I'm including the women who be dressing to the nines, who have the Prada, Chanel, and all that shit. Because we all know that sometimes that shit don't even be real. And who give a fuck? Because I'm one of those people. DHgate got a hold on me, baby. And I'm okay with it because it's about the look and the style and the price to match, babe. Because I will also put all of the shit on what's it called? On Instagram and tag it shit. Yeah. There's a whole link and everything, baby. If you want the hookup, let me know. I know all the hookups. But yeah, when it comes to birthday stuff, it's just more of who you invite and don't just expect nothing. Never expect anything in this life. In this economy, you still expecting shit, bitch.
Even as the birthday person, I don't expect shit.
Absolutely not. Because I'm just like, I put money to the side just in case.
Yeah, you never know. You never know.
My friends love me and they be chill and they be cooling, so it don't really.
Girl, we already starting to plan your birthday stuff. I already got you one of them. Like,
I'm just like, look at y'all. Y'all just love me. Shout out to my girl Tiana. She already gave my birthday surprise. We're gonna be outside around September, y'all.
When's your actual birthday?
September 17th.
September 17th.
I am a Virgo.
Remember, Killing Tyme listeners, September 17th. Y'all better wish her a happy birthday.
Yep. Just.Tanisha on Instagram. Just go ahead and send me a little surprise. I appreciate it. Go ahead. And speaking of like partners and shit, there's this TikTok trend going around where this man, he was interviewing women or he was doing something. You know how they just be on the streets and they be doing shit?
Yeah,
with
random stuff.
Yeah. So he did like the heart thing. So he'd go like this and you'd make the other heart and then he'd just go like this. Yeah, exactly. So there was this one girl who he basically did the heart too. She did the other part of the heart, and he put his his hand on her neck.
Don't
and
do that to me.
She did a cute. It wasn't like he was choking her. He just put his hand around her neck. She smiled because she was smoking a blunt, and she just did a cute. It was a cute thing. Her man got on the internet acting a damn fool, like fuck you, fuck nigga, da, 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 da. You a fuck ass bitch, you ain't shit, right? And she was just like, I said, we already talked about this. I said sorry. I didn't think it was a problem because what she did, it wasn't disrespectful, but I can understand the upset, okay? Because if you're in a relationship, I wouldn't want like my man to be doing.
I wouldn't want it to be advertised on like TikTok and stuff either. Yeah. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I like being choked and like, you roll up on me doing all that.
Hold on now.
Like,
sensational. Sensational.
So maybe you
I
don't
get
need to be
it
doing that
because I like the same thing. Baby, and talk a little bit. Talk to me while you're doing it, okay? But at the end of the day, it's just like know your partner. Yeah. If you know your partner ain't with all that shit and he one of them thugger bugaboos, like you shouldn't be out here doing all this aggressive shit or doing shit that you know might piss him off with another nigga. Like period. Those type of thugger bugaboos, they don't want them women doing nothing. Yeah. And he was calling her all them, you ain't gonna fuck with my bitch. That's my bitch. First of all, who the fuck are you talking about? Because I would have just knocked this little ass around. Because you got me fucked up. Don't be calling me no bitch on the internet. I don't give a fuck. Who am I to you? You can say that in the bedroom or whatever the fuck, but you are not calling me that shit in public. First of all, that's disrespectful to me. And then you're going on the internet fighting this man who is also telling you to talk to your girl about it, who I also have talked to you about it. So now we're just going in circles. You're just being mad and disrespectful, and you're looking real dusty on the internet. Because he was like, it looked like he didn't brush his hair. It looked like he didn't brush his teeth, and he was just cussing his man out. And he's just like, bro, like, it was a content thing. It wasn't, I don't want your girl. Like, if you got problems, talk to her. Which he should. How do y'all feel like if your partner went out there like the whole superstars who are doing concerts invite a person on stage and dance on them, like the Janet Jacksons and the Tiana Taylor?
Like at the end of the day, that's something that you and your person need to talk about and discuss beforehand. Just in case it does happen, to see what they feel about it. But don't go on the internet dragging other people into the shit. They just doing their job. This is what they're supposed to do. They're content creators or entertainers, and that's what they're supposed to do. So all this extra shit of him approaching the dude that made the content, like, you doing too much.
So much. What would you do if that was your girlfriend in that situation?
Again, I have so many questions. The dude who was doing the choking, was he fine? Because it's no regular nigga is.
You can't walk up.
You gotta at least look good. Yeah, like what is you doing? Bring that hand over here.
No, some of these
Hurting my pearls.
And some of these men are not even the cutest, but they have the personality. It's just like, and plus, before the camera start rolling, hey, can I do this on you? They have conversation before. It's not like he just like, I'm just gonna walk up on you and I'm gonna just grab. No, it's consent. He seemed like a very respectable person, and he was just doing something. He did it to a lot of people. Yeah. It's just like, oh, cute heart. Okay, can I do this? Okay, and they do it, and they just make a smile or whatever. But it's just more of the fact, like, as long as you're not out here, you choke and then bring close. Like, I don't feel like that's nothing. Like,
obviously,
because that's like, oh, if I put my hand on you and like do a hug, right? Like that's the same shit. Like, oh, you touching my woman.
Exactly. It depends on what it is in that relationship, what you're okay with, what the other person is okay with. Personally, if I was in this situation, I wouldn't even deal with it on the internet. I would take that shit on the chin. And if I'm gonna argue with somebody, I'm gonna argue with my girl. Honestly, I am not gonna argue with another nigga. Like, if you my girl, we know exactly where both of our boundaries are. So if you cross that, all right, you already know the type of timing we got to be on. So we definitely got to talk about this, and it may lead to us breaking up, but you knew that going in. We both put our boundaries in there, and that's just how it's just how it is.
As a relationship should, the conversation should be between me and my partner. I don't know why the hell Summer Walker and Mr. Musty Meach.
Stop calling him Musty. Those are allegations. We don't know for sure.
Allegedly Musty.
He's never gonna beat them allegations. That one lady said he smelled like onions, and ever since then, everybody.
And it was just like, he could have been like, yo, it was a bad fucking
been a bad day. He might have been.
You can literally, it's hot now. Like,
Meach, what you need to do is go take you some fenugreek supplements, and you'll smell like maple syrup.
Yep, and you gonna taste sweet too.
That's the secret, baby. That's for all you ladies. Go get you some, okay?
And some slippery elm.
Okay.
If you know, you know. Hey. But the whole situation with Meach and Summer Walker was basically I don't even know where to start. Initially, it started with this girl, light-skinned, pretty girl, who was wearing his chain, the BMF chain, and it was wearing the chain, and everybody was just like, "Ooh, who the fuck? Who is that?" Da, 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 da. So it sparked a debate, like, where'd you wear this chain from? Summer Walker ended up reaching out to the pretty lady and was just like, "How did you? Where did you get this chain from? Who gave you the chain or whatever?" And she was just like, "Oh, hey, I really like you. I would love to show you around. Blah 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 blah. I got it from the security guard." And Summer was just like, his security guard had his chain. She was like, yeah, like, were you with him and the security guard? She was like, no, I was just in the car with the security guard, like, period, flat, whatever. And she was just like, oh, but you didn't have any interactions with Meach? And she was just like, no, it was nothing like that. It was literally just me and the security guard. Meach goes and opens his nigga ass mouth on the internet, arguing. He was like, I don't even talk to that ugly ass girl. And of course,
shut up.
If he just shut the fuck up. Sometimes, this is why I was telling y'all earlier, I love a man who could just shut the fuck up. Because sometimes that's all it takes. Because you can get whatever you want if you be quiet. Sometimes that's literally it. Be quiet and respect me, baby. One margarita, I'm gonna open my leg. Give me two margaritas, I'm gonna give you some head.
I want to do that. We gotta do it on real today. We got
absolutely, absolutely. But at the end of the day, it's just like, why are you checking a girl, for one, and going on the internet saying that she ugly? Then she releases her DMs. Her DMs is, Meach, hey, I've sent you a cash app of this. If you just post that I wasn't with you, I got a girl, whatever. And she was just like, well, yeah, I know. I mean, I'll tell her whatever. It's basically, it looked like he covering up some shit.
Because he was. Because
he was in the Ritz hotels, not with her, but with somebody else. And I think it was her homegirl, probably, because that's how she got the chain in his security car. And he was in the Ritz-Carlton with some other bitch. But if he didn't say anything, she wouldn't have released the DM. That's basically it.
This was a red flag to me. A nigga calling a bitch ugly out of nowhere. And she not ugly. Like, you tripping. Like, I already know that you think she attracted him, and now you trying to play it off. Like, don't play with me.
Or you already got some dealings with her.
Already
got something going on.
And for him to be opening his mouth and saying anything disrespectful to any woman, Mr. Sir, you were getting top from the Selena Powell. If y'all know, that's the
this bitch.
Right.
Stay away from her.
This is the Corinne Steffens of the 2010s. Okay.
I still don't know how she keep getting played. Like, everybody knows what she does, and they still keep going back. Like, that's crazy to me.
It don't make no damn sense. This is what she's doing. Maybe because she's good at it.
That's the one girl that you guys should not marry.
She gotta have some good.
Let me take a couple steps back. That's the only one. Don't marry her. Leave Selena. Let her do her thing.
I don't think she would want. Granted, I don't know. From looking at her, she just looks toxic. And I
Yeah,
mean
she
that
is.
internally and like out.
I think she
like,
got a lot of healing.
personality-wise.
So I'm gonna put this up.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want no more?
girl.
Girl, I'm gonna probably have me one more. So go ahead and put that at the bottom. But yeah, when it comes to Selena Powell, like I feel like she's gonna calm down when she hit her like 30s, just like Corinne Steffens did. You
Brittany
know?
Reiner.
Yeah.
She did that too.
Yeah.
Brittany Reiner's still out here. I don't understand. I don't know, because she met this boy in high school. That's just uncomfortable to me. Get your young ass. If you look like you don't grow chest hair and your chest caved in, sir, you are a boy. Get out my face. What are you doing here?
We don't do that.
You want to carry my groceries to my car? Come on, baby. I'm turning to Sweet Mabel real
25
quick.
and up. That's all we can
25, 26 and up, because I'm about to be 29. Give me a 26 and up, please.
do. Damn, you make me feel.
That's just me.
Never mind.
You know that's just me. You know that's just me, Fred. You know why. But at the end of the day, it's just more of like you understand the people that you're dealing with. Summer Walker, I love her. Okay, I love her. The way she was, like her clear last day of summer, baby. She session 32, baby. That entire
Amazing.
her opening act when she first came out healed me. Okay, I had my baby and all that shit during that time, and she got me through a lot of shit. Okay, so I just want her to realize that niggas ain't shit right now. In her circle, understand that. Take some time. Chill with your babies. Go outside with your homegirls. Do ratchet ass shit with your friends during the summer.
And she got fun friends, Sukiana and Sexy Red.
Absolutely. Outside
Who wouldn't
doing
wanna have fun
shit.
with them?
And then speaking of Sukiana, I don't know if y'all remember that situation with what's his
YK Osiris.
with YK Osiris.
That nigga's going through it. That nigga, the Illuminati has that nigga in a chokehold.
Not the
something.
Illuminati. I just think it's more of like he like 23 too, 22.
He's young.
He's a young man, and he trying to figure out this celebrity
life,
shit.
yeah.
It's celebrity shit. With like if you're a celebrity who don't like you get fame out of the blue and you don't have nobody in your circle who's a celebrity,
Yeah.
and now it's just like now I'm just out here doing shit. I got access to people I never thought I had access to, because I feel like I would act the ass if I was meeting Method Man. I don't know how I would react if that man smile at me and do what it is. Oh baby, it's a wrap. And just in case y'all didn't see, I'm gonna give y'all a reenactment of what I just did to Michelle. Baby, look, look.
Sensational, sensational, sensational.
All the buttons. I would lose control. Okay, exactly. Ladies' night and sensational would happen to me. I don't know what I do. I know that man is married, and I try to honor marriage. But when it comes to Method Man,
I feel like you would be nervous. Because when we met Daniel, since that was your boo, like, you were kind of nervous. And that's normal.
Yeah.
Because when I meet celebrities that I really like,
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh my God. Especially
No,
if
but
they
that's-
compliment me,
but
I'm like,
that's-
oh.
girl, that's different. Method Man is a different type. Yes, that's the world's beautiful man. Like, he's the most beautiful man in the world. Anyway, and his personality match, and he respects his wife too.
He is fine.
Just like he has the whole package. Anyway, back to Sukiana. The way that YK Osiris, she was doing an interview on a podcast of some sort, of a panel interview, and I think she flirted with YK Osiris. Oh, you wouldn't know what to do with me, like banter, right?
Yeah.
He took it upon himself to approach her and try to massage her back and then kiss on her, and she was just like, whoa. She dodged a couple times, and you would think that's his chance to stop, but he continued to pressure on. This is not the first time that people look at Sukiana and try to do what they want to her. Mm-hmm. Just because she raps a certain way or says that she want to do this, she has never said that I'm just take your man and do this, that, and the third. She says her man. In all of her songs, I feed my man grits, I do this for my man. Anything. Every time she says she's doing something nasty, she's usually saying it for her man.
Yeah.
And that's consent. That doesn't mean approach her and say, I'm gonna eat your ass, spread your cheeks wide open, and no.
Eat
that's
his ass.
Switch, traded places. When it comes down to it, it's all about consent and respect. How do y'all feel about like artists being portrayed one way in the media, but giving consent and respecting people's boundaries at the end of the day?
That, to me, that's like, you know
Common
how people
knowledge.
say, like,
Common man.
if a girl is dressed this way, she deserved whatever happened to her. It's no, that's not how that works. It's like, you don't get to do whatever you want to people just because they dress a certain way or they talk a certain way or they do this and do that. Like, you still need to be respectful and you still need to get consent from this person to see if that's what they want. Because just because I talk sexual as fuck don't mean I want you. Like, let's be real about it. You know what I mean? So,
Niggas get a little bit too horny. They think you talking about them. They try to take their shot. It's just like,
And it's just like, for example, a lot of niggas be rappers and they don't do the shit that they rap about. A lot of these niggas ain't killers.
they be faking it.
Like fucking Future. No offense to your boo girl. He don't be doing the drugs.
What? He don't be on the act like that.
Yeah, that's
not
what
gonna talk about my
When he made that to the 2110, he said he couldn't. He was so hot.
I honestly thought he did all the drugs, but he said in the interview he was like, "I don't do drugs. I'm a sober individual."
That changes.
He don't smoke weed.
That's what he said.
No, that
That's what he
changes.
said.
That changes Percocet and stripper joint for me.
Dirty spray.
Exactly.
Dirty Sprite had
Come on,
it for
Future.
me. Okay,
Come on.
2017, I was led by him, and then that Drake and him feature. He was talking about all the drugs, but he did one. I think it was an interview of like maybe 2020, maybe 2019, 2020, 2021. He did an interview, and he was just like, "Yeah, I'm a sober person, but of course I rap for the people. It's more of like the experience."
Sorry, that's misleading.
Very much misleading. But and then Rick Ross, he talked about doing drugs and selling dope and shit, but he was a CO. So it's not clicking, Steven. What's not clicking, babe? Because it doesn't make any sense to me why you're out here acting like this. But we don't come to these men and say these things about these men. Oh, you're a fraud, you're a fake, or whatever the fuck. But you seem like you can, as men, you can approach a woman who's speaking sexually. No, we just shake. This is music for women to go around our friends and shake our ass in a comfortable, safe space. This ain't for y'all to be like, oh, she want to shake her ass. I'm gonna put my finger in it.
Even as a woman that does like sex and like likes to be sexually active, that still don't mean that you get to talk to us like however you want to.
Right.
Like, you know
Absolutely.
what I mean?
Absolutely. And speaking of celebrities and PR and shit, public relations, I feel that celebrities have gone off the path of having proper PR and media training. And in today's era, it's just like, it seems like it's so lost because it's like all of these people, like, where's your team? When people say colorist things or you out here fucking like, remember the whole R. Kelly thing? We didn't know about shit until 20 years later because he had a team that, granted, shouldn't have been protecting this man, but basically had a layer of safety in this circle of secrets. Like, he was paying everybody off. You have all of this money to buy this fake jewelry, drive all these cars, have all these music videos and all this other shit, but you don't have a team to tell you, babe, you need to get off the internet with this shit. Like Summer Walker, babe, you shouldn't be out here approaching a woman for the actions of your man. Or Brittany Renner the Bria and Tim Anderson situation. Or Zion and his
crazy porn star
girlfriend, Mariah Hills. Mariah Hills.
Is that the one who got the tattoo?
On her face.
on her face.
Crazy.
Like, where is the team? Babe, you said this one day. You get one day to speak your mind. I personally would not do this, and I would advise against it. As your PR, you probably shouldn't do this, especially if you want to get that $20,000, which includes my paycheck at the end of the day, next month on the 3rd. So we might need you to take a step back. Let's go to a spa. We're going to go to Aspen, okay? We're going to go sit in bikinis in the snow, and I'm going to take your phone, okay? We're going to sit you in a nice jacuzzi, and you're going to relax and get a massage by this nice Thai man who's very handsome as well. You're going to shoot some content out there, Fashion Nova's a brand deal. Like, we're going to get you together. In my head, that's what it sounds like to be a PR person. I'm going to take your fucking phone, but you're going to have a good time doing whatever it is that you do. We're still going to get business and we're still going to make money. However, she was on the internet for like 5 days.
It's been more than 5. She's been going for like 3 weeks.
Oh my Jesus. 3
Like,
weeks,
girl,
2 to 3 weeks of this girl, Mariah Mills, talking about Zion Williams. Is it Williams? Mm-hmm. Okay, she's been talking about this man and his pending baby. He has a good PR team. He has not responded one time to this girl, and neither has the baby mom. Nobody was responding to this girl because he has a team. If she had a team and media training, babe, you look real crazy right now. Nobody's going to want to work with you because if you get attached to somebody, this is what it's going to look like. You should probably take a step back. Mentally, I feel like a lot of people need to understand that media training is needed when you become a celebrity after being a normal human being. Yeah. How do y'all feel about like PR and all of that?
I think the problem right now is that normal people are coming from the hood, just normal ass situations so quick that it's not like it used to be when you were a celebrity. Like you don't go through the formal etiquette or the formal training that you need to, like, how do you act at award shows? How do you address your fans? How do you do this and how do you do that? They're literally making stuff on TikTok and Instagram and blowing up overnight, and now you're in stardom. So now you don't know how to interact with people that might disagree with you, or you don't know how to address certain situations because you can't go about it like you are a normal person anymore.
But I feel like that's so strange because even like we're kind of content creators and stuff now, and I still know how to. Well, I guess that has to do with professionalism.
Yeah.
A lot of
Maturity,
people, like in professionalism, like we were in the military, so we have kind of built up and stuff, and just how to talk to people in general. And you just know how to, you know how to finesse professionally. And these people, sometimes it just feels like you're just on the internet and you can say whatever you want. I'm still a normal human, babe. No, you have $100,000, and if you say something disrespectfully, these people who have no money can sue you for slander and misinformation. And now you have $100,000 going to Bethy Sue. Bethy Sue has a cousin named Annie, and Annie wants the money too, so she's going to antagonize you on the internet. You're going to say something to her. Everybody's going to be digging into your fucking pockets. Do y'all not see how the transformation of Cardi B? Yeah. She was a fucking fighting ass New York broad who didn't really know how to talk except for her language. But now look at her. The mom, the wife. Like, she's a fun girl.
Eating spaghettis in Milan.
And she's like, you guys don't know what's going. Like, she knows how to articulate herself, and she doesn't she's not as quick to anger, you know? And especially with these fans, like in the clash with the Barbs versus Cardi B stands. And it's just like... Gang. The way that they antagonize each other and start so much shit. I'm a comment warrior. I be in the comment section all the time, y'all. I be knowing the tea, okay?
The comments sometimes
So nice.
be way better than the content.
Absolutely.
You look at okay, let's see what everybody else is. Okay.
Especially with this JT versus Uzi thing that happened yesterday.
That was one of my questions.
So I got a thing before we get off of Nicki Minaj. So, you know, Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice have done a collab.
My girl, Isis.
She's so cute.
Hey.
Oh my goodness.
So,
That's
I mean, girl,
his
you
eye.
hit me up. I'm a munch. Hit me up, Spice.
Like, we fuck with you, Ice. But so they made a collab for the Barbie movie that's coming out next month. But people are giving Nicki hell right now because she's in her 40s and she's still keeping up this Barbie persona. Do y'all feel like there's a certain age that women should stop doing like themed events or like themed things in general, like Barbie, Bratz? Like, what is your take on it?
I feel like I have a thing with it. I have a little beef with Nicki Minaj. I feel like she has so much potential. This is where I feel like PR needs to step in, but she feels like she's so far up there that she doesn't need it. But I still feel like she needs it, especially with today's age. Like, there was a way that she could have gone about the Barbie thing and still looked like her age. It looks like she was trying a little too hard to maintain, like, I'm still in my 20s. Like she did back in 2010, where she had her Barbie persona, and it wasn't much. It literally was the chain and the pink. Perfect. But now it's like the chain, the hair, the corset, and basically it's like tagging on every trend in today's age and adding it to it, and it's just like a little overwhelming. And then for me, it's just like her personality a little bit. It can use some tweaking, because it's just like, why are you, for one, so mean? And then two, you see your barbs going towards any and everybody that you don't work with, creating drama and liking shit, and it's in retweeting shit. Like, why are you egging on a situation if you clearly don't care about something, or I don't give a fuck about this person, I'm cool off this, or this, that, and the third? You're egging on a situation, and you should be above that. You're queen stature right now. Like, nobody's topping you. All you can do is you're top of the hierarchy, and you can have multiple. It's like a pyramid scheme, right? Yeah. So you are at the top, and you can have multiple artists and shit under you, but you don't really want that unless you don't feel like unless you can't control them, or you feel like they have potential to go above you or pass you, if that makes sense.
So do you feel like she thinks that Ice Spice won't pass her?
Her personality.
Yeah.
Because for Cardi and Meg, their personality plus their rapping skills, like the way they present their music is different, right? So it's just like everybody's engaging. Meg is very personable. She's fun. She's beautiful. She's tall. She's thick. She can shake ass. Okay, she can shake some ass. Love her. Now, hey Megan, I love you. That's on one girl. I'll probably marry you, girl. So if this soccer player don't match up, I can't lift you up like that. But, you know, I'm your biggest hype girl. Okay. I buy merch. And then Cardi B was also a personality. She was a TV personality. She's funny. She's witty. She's like, people feel grounded with her. Yeah. And she still reach out to the hood and bring up like other acts and shit. So people like her. It's competition. Ice Spice, she don't really say too much. Yeah. I've never really seen her.
Her move. That's all she
She
gonna shake her ass.
I've only literally seen her.
Exactly. And people are already on their last strike with her. They were like, hey, I'm giving her a couple of months before we need to see something. Or, hey, she's out of the door.
You know what we gonna see? The hand in the middle of her legs and her little bum shaking. Okay? The ass.
Her signature move.
Yes. Or the tongue thing. She going,
Y'all see her fall today?
No.
She fell?
She did.
Oh,
she was doing something. She was
bending over.
No, she was walking, and her right foot went up on it, and then that left one just dragged and hit it. She fell. She was funny as hell.
But back to the JT situation, it's like, yes, when it comes to Nicki Minaj, before we go back to that, Nicki Minaj, I just feel like she needs to understand that nobody's really trying to dethrone you. Nobody's trying to surpass you because you've made a monument in history. You're a historical rapper, a female rapper. Nobody's trying to take that from you at all. They're trying to live in the same universe as you. It's like your Marvel universe. Meanwhile, DC is trying to come up there. No, they can't. They're in their own realm, but they're still a part of the entire world that you're in, right? So I just feel like if she fine-tuned that for her, she'd be a lot better than she is right now. Yeah. And then she can become a mentor. But in order to be a mentor, you have to understand that, I'm not super at the top anymore. Yeah. But when you put out music, trust and believe your following is going to follow you regardless. Yeah. They're going to be down for you no matter what. I personally, I don't know, some of the shit that she put out, I'm not really hip to, because it just kind of sounds like a lot of this other shit. Like Barbie Dreams was my shit when it came out, right? But then like the newer shit, like this new the Princess Diana.
Yeah. I
like the beat,
but it all kind of sound the same.
It do.
It's very similar instrumental.
It's just like the baby, but she's a female version of the baby. Like they be sounding the same, and if you play it like in a track all at once without like the fade out,
like, this one song.
It's a musical, damn it! Like what the fuck? But with JT, she was at the BET Awards. What was it, last night or yesterday in LA, and there was an altercation between her and her man Uzi Vert, and apparently it looked like initially it was like she was upset and she was like, are you fucking goofy? Don't fucking play with me. She threw her phone at his head. I was like, God damn.
She threw that bitch hard too.
Hard as fuck because it bounced the fuck off.
Give me my phone, bitch.
I was like, did it hit the diamond in his head? Because it bounced the fuck off. Like, where did it go? I was like, damn. But everybody thought it was because he mentioned Ice Spice during his performance and was just like, oh, I got a baddie bitch that I sleep with, look like Ice Spice. And she was like, first of all, who the fuck look like Ice Spice? Because she's a chocolate woman. Ice Spice is opaque and and redhead, and you know, JT is a beautiful black woman. So I mean, you know, Ice Spice is a beautiful black woman as well. But you know what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, it was more she got up to go to the bathroom or fix her dress or take pictures, and she lost her seat. I don't think it was that, because it don't make no sense how she was that angry for that. Do y'all believe that it was because she lost her seat when she got up? And who took the seat? Because nobody acknowledged like if it was really about the seat. Who took the seat?
I don't really know what happened. I mean, I would be mad if you my man and you let somebody take my seat too.
Absolutely.
If that's really what happened. Mm-hmm. But if he was, because Uzi was doing a whole lot of like, he kind of seemed like an Ice Spice groupie. And it's okay to be a fan. It's okay for you to be my man and compliment other women. I'm not going to be jealous about that, but it's the way that you go about it. Like, if I'm with you and you doing a whole lot of extra shit, why are you doing it?
And Uzi already a sassy nigga,
he is very sassy.
I love that Uzi birthday.
Leslie Chow.
Yes. The shoulder dance. I'm all about it. But when it comes to Uzi, it's just like, Uzi has a few strikes for me personally. Like, the way he be talking to Young Miami, be like, bitch, shut up. Bitch, get off the phone. Like, no, don't be talking to my bitch like that.
to Carisha like that.
Yeah, he be talking to Carisha like that.
Don't
It
do
was all
Carisha.
alive. And I was just like, first of all, if you my best friend and you my man, like, because me and my man and my best friend, we were living together, and they would get into it, and I'm just like, fuck all that. You go the fuck back. You go. No, because y'all not finna do this, because I'm not gonna pick sides. I would personally, y'all want to do this? Okay, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go. Do y'all want something to eat? Because I'm about to go to the mall, grab me some Sbarro. Do you want a lemonade, iced tea? Do y'all want to come with? And that's how I mend relationships. Okay, food brings everyone together instead of love. No, pizza will keep us together. You know, so. When it comes to JT, I just feel like she needs some fine tuning too, because she's been getting a bad rap with her attitude. Granted, people do be egging her on, and she be like, "Fuck that shit, fuck you, bitch. Don't come over here saying that shit to me." She's one of those people, like, if I could stay at home and be a celebrity, I'm gonna do that.
Mind my business.
And she will do that. She is like a great artist, and I feel like she has a lot more potential and a lot more growth to go. I just also feel like she becoming a little too hard. You got 2 strikes with her, not 3. You get 2, maybe 1 if it's a real bad day, and she gonna pop the fuck off, and that means also throwing cell phones at your head. So best to know how to duck and dodge and shit. But one of the last topics is reality TV. Okay. Like I said, my son was with me, and I've been watching The Walking Dead, you know, for the last week or so.
Have they ever revealed what started this zombie apocalypse?
I don't know. I ain't there yet.
Because I just stopped watching after a while.
After Glenn, I just kind of stopped, so I
Glenn was my
restarted.
favorite.
Glenn was absolutely the best because
Yeah.
he was witty, he was funny, he cared about people. He also didn't trust people as he shouldn't.
He loved his
because
woman.
He loved Maggie. Anything for Maggie, and I was just like, yes. During an apocalypse, come find me. Go through that tunnel, baby. Go through that damn tunnel. But that's where I'm at right now. But of course, with my son, I can't watch that because nightmares of a 4-year-old. I'm not trying to have that. So I've been watching TLC on HBO, and they have this show called Extreme Sisters. And Extreme Sisters is basically about these twins or really close sisters that have very odd relationships with each other. Mm-hmm. And this set of sisters, they're twins. And they want to be the world's most identical twins. They dress alike. They sound alike. They finish each other's sentences. They speak at the same time. They share a boyfriend. They want to get pregnant at the same time.
They share a boyfriend?
They share a man. Absolutely. And right now they're trying to get pregnant. This is season 2. And it's so weird. Like, they have to eat at the same time. When they eat food, same bites. Tony looked. Tony
like a mental illness.
That's what I was thinking. That is a mental illness, and they profiting off your ass.
It's scary because they be like talking, and they'll look at your lips, and they'll be like, "Yeah, sandwich." And
so they really playing. They really trying.
Yes, really trying. When they got their haircut, they were like, "You have to do the exact same snips as me." I would have been like, "Girl, get the fuck up out of here! Don't come in here with that
Don't
shit."
too much.
Because it's just like we have to stick. You know how the salon chairs is like one at this corner and one at that corner. She's like, "We got to be close together," so they move the chairs. She's like, "Okay, if you're gonna cut our hair, we're very meticulous about how we cut it. So you have to do like 12 cuts for her hair. It has to be the exact same length." They went in there to measure. She's like, "Bring out the ruler to measure." Like, it's so much.
I'm not cutting your hair at this point.
Yeah, I would have told her to leave. I was like, and then it was just like, what was the question I had? Oh, it was based on a set of twin sisters, and it was a few sisters. Like, there was another set of sisters, but they're not twins. Mm-hmm. It's just like they're like 8 years apart or so, or I wouldn't say 8, maybe 5. And the girl is pregnant, and then her younger sister kind of lives with her, and the younger sister, like, the older sister is married and she's about to have a baby. The first baby that she had, the man wasn't there because he was on drugs, whatever. So the sister stepped in, named the baby, all the things, taking care, as a sister would. She's a little too close. So much to the point she's getting in the bed with the sister and the husband in the middle of the night because the sisters used to sleep in the same bed together, like, frequently.
Yeah, we're not gonna have that. You're not coming in the bed with me.
Yeah, because he was just like, I don't understand. We just got married and you telling me that I can't. Why do I wake up and she's in the middle? The sister's in the middle.
No. Baby, you
and
gotta go.
He was telling her, like, I get that y'all are close, but boundaries need to be had. Everything he was saying.
He's the one who's saying there's an issue.
Yes, because it was like her drawers were all over the house. Why is her and her boyfriend picture in our bedroom? Like, why is your drawers by the dog bed in our room? And it's just like so much shit was going on. And I was just like, wow. It's just, it amazes me. Have y'all ever been really close to anybody that y'all know like that?
I don't know nobody like that. The only example that I know is the Claremont twins, because when they had cosmetic surgery, they got
That's
the exact same thing.
Too damn much.
I
If
don't know
y'all
anybody.
think y'all had a twin, do you think you'd want to be like dressed like your
no.
twin and all that shit? I have a set of twin friends. Hey, Brittany and I love y'all. They're my high school friends. I love them to death. And they were never like that. Granted, they hang out with
Very
each other.
close,
They're
yeah.
very close, but I know for a fact they never dress the same. They hated being called the other one's name.
Exactly.
I remember when I found out that they were twins, I didn't know that they were twins. So I always approached Naya as Brittany because I knew Brittany first. So I would approach her and I was like, hey, Brittany, and she'd look at me, huh? What? And she'd be like, I don't know. And then when I finally found out, because I didn't think she wanted to be like weirded out. I'd just be passing. I'd be like, okay, I guess you don't want to talk right now, whatever. I found out like when we had French together, I was like, oh, there's two of you. Wow. But personally, like me and my sister are close. I wish I did have a twin. I'm not going to front, because if we were the same age, we'd be going out all the time and I would have a built-in best friend. But I wouldn't want to dress as them, and having boundaries is important. But that show is so fucking interesting because it's just like, then there's like an older set of twins who are black ladies, and like one is established with a family and the other like put her life aside because her sister had a disability. I guess she was missing most of her fingers on her hand, so she's like, oh, she can't play the violin, but I can, but I'm not going to do that. She ended up staying behind and doing everything as much as she did. And at the end of the day, they were supposed to move to Florida, Orlando together. But I just feel like it's so interesting when it comes to relationship, interpersonal relationships. At the end of the day, people understand that there's boundaries in every aspect of life, whether it's celebrity or family or sisters. I just think it's really important to understand that everything has a price, and the twin sisters who are identical, baby, when I tell you, I look at them and I'm just like, it looks like something out of a horror movie. It freaks me the fuck out. It's very creepy, but it's very interesting because it's just like, now they're trying to get pregnant and they want to get pregnant at the exact same time by the same man, and this man is okay with it. And I'm just like, so you want to have two kids off rip, and they can both have twins, so you might have quintuplets at the same. That's
crazy,
baby. Look,
that's a lot.
That's a lot. But at the end of the day, people have their choices. I will continue to watch the drama online, and I will unfold on this podcast. But do y'all have anything else?
No, I think that's
Just on that, that's weird. I even found, like, I was listening to a podcast today, and I like a lot of comedians, so most of my podcasts are comedian podcasts. And in one of the shows, the guy had twin sisters, but they did OnlyFans together. I'm like,
what? Like, what? Do they just?
Yeah, I'm like,
they like mud wrestle? Like,
I don't know.
I'm scared.
I just put myself in that position. If I was a female, I would not want to see my sister's pussy. Like, what are you?
Granted, like we would grow up and we'd see it. It's natural.
Yeah, but still, like,
in OnlyFans,
and they probably doing threesomes and stuff. It's like you're probably kissing your sister and eating her shit.
No,
like,
there was a mom and daughter duo who were doing OnlyFans and sharing a man.
This is not Pornhub.
This is Pornhub, apparently.
No, but they taking the fake scenarios and they making them real.
Because people actually want to see that shit, and that's the strangest part.
That is true.
That people have a niche for these things that actually, like, if you look up their, what's your Pornhub history look like, Tony?
I don't go to Pornhub. It's Twitter for me.
Ooh, me too.
Twitter. Twitter got everything. Twitter got everything.
You're on Twitter too?
I like Twitter, but I don't do Pornhub, but I do X videos.
X videos is good.
I do Tasty Blacks.
And then y'all would judge me if I told y'all.
What's your top three? Go ahead. We're here. We're at the end. We ain't gonna divulge.
So I would never do this, but my number one is gangbang.
Me too.
Cause bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. It'd be like a whole lot of
interesting shit, and then it's like different sizes and different motions of the ocean.
Just interesting. Like, over here, baby, like what's
double fisted. Like, you know, they say double cup, double stuffed. And on that note, this has been a lovely Ladies Time podcast. I will absolutely say I was definitely happy to have you on, Mr. Tony.
I loved it.
Do you
should
like
do it
being a part?
more.
Yes.
This honestly,
You're the only man
this has
that
been
is,
my favorite episode.
this is,
I have loved this thing.
You are
Loved
the
it.
only man that's able to be on Ladies Time, and I'm gonna play this intro one more time.
Y'all hear
on
that?
accident.
The only one.
Only one. So don't actually think that you're gonna be over here, okay? So just know that much, okay? But at the end of the day, we love all of your support. And we appreciate you tuning in to us every week that we have a podcast. Speaking of, next week we will not be airing an episode since it's the day before the 4th. We technically don't celebrate the 4th. We celebrated our Independence Day. However, it is a day for barbecuing and a family fun time.
So fun.
So have a good time. Buy our merch. Support
Buy
our
some
videos.
merch. Isn't that what Corey says? Buy some merch.
Merch. Buy the t-shirts, buy the hoodies for the winter time. Are we doing a sale? I don't know. Don't ask me the question. As Blueface says, don't ask me the fucking question. But when it comes down to it, we love all of your support. We love seeing you. You are our family now, and being a part of this journey with me, being a host on my own, pressing the buttons. Do y'all see I'm doing a good
The growth,
job?
y'all.
Get some applause for yourself. Get some applause for
Yes.
yourself.
I'm very much proud of how we've come together and we created our own thing, Michelle. I absolutely love this girl here. So if you can come and tune in with us for another good episode, we will see you in the new month of July. Happy summer. Stay fun. Stay safe. Have fun.
Stay fun. Yeah, stay
Fun too. Have fun. Be safe. And we will see you next time.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all. Bye.